Hello everyone, my name is Konrad Rogoz. Welcome to Truth and Law, and welcome to my presentation entitled The Sword, Future of Human Progress and Evolution. Alternatively, the main idea of it is that truth is divisive, and I'll try to keep this one short. People wrongly think that the truth will unify us, thinking that we are all one and we all need to come together, because the truth is supposed to make us feel good and unite us in the right idea, which in the abstract might make sense. And why is this? People associate the veracity of an idea with their immediate emotional response to it, meaning how it makes them feel, that is how they will evaluate and assess how true that idea is. Thinking that the truth should feel good, or on the other hand, thinking that conflict, exclusion, separation, this doesn't feel right. The gut feeling says no, this is not true. But it is true. We are separated by what we think and what we do with our free will. But why is that? Well, truth is a double-edged sword. Truth splits things into its constituent elements, meaning that it casts light on what things are made of. We can clearly see the components that make up the concept. And this brings discernment between true and false down to an almost mathematical level, meaning A plus B equals C, 2 plus 2 is 4, and there's no in-between. There's no room for rhetoric. It is scientifically provable what is true and what isn't. So this is inconvenient for us because it exposes our attachment to illusions and fantasies. This is our ego attachment. We associate, we clearly we align with certain things, and now when the truth comes and shows us that we should not have aligned with that, or our alignment with that idea is not based on facts or logic or reality, but just because it is what's convenient for us. Well, this forces us to admit we are wrong or to change. This is the discernment between true and false. The truth forces us to make that decision. Either we have to admit that we're doing something that's wrong, or if we want to be right, we have to change ourselves. And that is the biggest fear. Should be the world's #1 phobia. Changing, because that requires effort, and that effort requires suffering. If we are really going to change ourselves, it requires some kind of pain. So I'd like to bring forth the following logical progression, because it is based in truth. The human species has made progress toward instant communication independent of distance. This is the internet. All known data and information can be accessed without going to a library, university, or church, the previous institutions of knowledge. This means that we have the tools necessary to abandon obsolete systems of control. The only thing that remains is making our minds and hearts receptive to truth. If people come into the knowledge of natural law, which is property rights based on objective morality, they will be able to live without external control. And this is a societal transition from childhood to adulthood. And it's the next step necessary in our growth, as well as individuals, as well as brothers and sisters of Earth, both. We have the capacity to communicate and understand the non-aggression principle and self-defense principle. So we have the access to technology to show almost the entire human population the consequences of natural law, so they can determine for themselves that these principles are true and morally right. Therefore, we no longer need government as a mediator. We no longer need official authority figures to be interpreters of right and wrong. And we no longer need official authority figures to be arbiters of human behavior. and I recognize the majority opposes doing away with government because of the immediate implications, the chaos that might result. Nevertheless, it is the right thing to do, if not for ourselves, then for our children and future generations. And I hope you can find the courage to open your mind and heart to truth and gradually develop into a person who accepts truth and takes the right moral position. I also recognize the minority that disagree with the logical progression put forth in this statement. And for those, the sword of truth has divided us. Either human progress will stop or the old system will burn to the ground. And you could abandon that old system as I have, or go down with the ship. Thank you.